Hello and welcome to the latest installment of the Guns and Gear series. This video is a video on the gear that I usually wear in my videos. Don't really wear it to airsoft because it's unpractical, and it's been called a toy, and it kind of is a toy, but I still like it a lot. It still works for seeing in the dark. It's actual night vision technology, so you know, why not? Okay, so the name of this piece of gear is the Eyeclops night vision goggles by Jakk Pasific. It is called a toy, and it is a toy and all, but it works in the dark. And the reason I actually bought this, well, I was only like 10 years old when I bought this, but I bought it because, you know, it looks cool. It looks, you know, sort of realistic. The little red ring is kind of intimidating in the dark. I mean, that looks cool and all. And really, real night vision goggles are long and they jet out, and you need a helmet to wear it, and, you know, they're like $1,000. And I bought it to look like the Splinter Cell's night vision goggles, the Tridents, and those aren't real, and there are no actual night vision goggles that look like that, and these are the next best thing. And, you know, at least they actually work, opposed to making like homemade Trident goggles, you know. So I got this around Christmas time for a sale on $50. Right now, the place I just looked for on Google really quick, Amazon, is actually selling them for the highest price I've seen is $120. Amazon always rises the price on these things pretty high on rare items and stuff. Jakk Pacific made a lot of other night vision things, but these are probably their best ones. The other ones are like binoculars that kind of suck. And the Modern Warfare 3 edition, some kind of edition, came with the night vision goggles that were binoculars, but they strapped to your head like this, only they were really long and really stupid looking. So these are my goggles. They've been featured in all my videos where I come out as a Splinter Cell and shoot airsoft guns and shit. Mostly just for the video, but to me, I still think they look very cool, and this little flashlight on the side is actually something I did to it, so that's not original. They come in this see-through casing with like this plastic head in the back that the goggles are attached to. Here's the manual it comes with. Yeah, that's kind of what the little plastic head looked like. I threw that away, I think. I was going to save it for a review one day, but this is all I got left of the packaging. So some simplistic pictures on how it works. Yeah. And then we got the goggles. So nothing about these goggles really looks toyish by looking at them. I mean, they look pretty badass in my opinion. Other people seem to hate them based on the YouTube comments. Some people think they're dumb, and a lot of people ask what they are, so that's kind of the point of this review. Now, this is using real night vision infrared technology. All these LEDs are infrared lights, including these are infrared lights, and this is actually just a cap for your eye, which is pretty dumb. I had an idea of buying 2 of these and taking the screen from here and putting it there, but that would take rewiring, and I just get a double image of whatever's coming out of here, because this is the camera in the middle. So I'm going to start from the back, just to make things from the simple stuff to the complicated stuff. Okay, so this is the on and off switch. It's got the Eyeclops logo right there, and you turn it on like that. Mine are kind of broken. I mean, they still work, but they're kind of broken thanks to the Zodiac. He was wearing them and he dropped them on the street, and that's why it's got all this foam on it. It's like sticky foam, but it sucks. But it adds padding to the back. See on the back, there's this one piece of padding, and the rest of the padding is all my own foam. There's some markings there. So the back of the thing is actually the battery pack. There's the wire coming out of the battery pack. It goes along to along the rubber strap, and it's got a little thing there to keep it on, and it goes right into the goggles. On the top there are these things for the batteries. The only way to get mine to work is to actually press down really hard. Is to press down firmly on the battery pack top to get them to touch the batteries. See the camera turning on. The battery pack holds 5 AA batteries required to use the goggles, and they burn out pretty fast, so you ought to buy a lot of batteries. So these are fully adjustable. These are the rubber straps. They are fully adjustable right here. They are adjustable on the side, and they have these things which rotate, and then there's a button to release the thing so you can adjust it around and stuff. It's on both sides, and yeah. Okay, so this is my own keychain flashlight that conveniently fits onto this part of the goggle, and I could just rotate this and turn on my light if I got the hatch open. So that's just something I did on my own, the little light on the side. Thought it was interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna start on the outside of the goggles and then work my way on the inside. So this is, of course, is just the opening for your eye, and they're full sealed with this rubber seal going all the way around. It's kind of annoying on mine how this seal right here is kind of open a bit. It's really annoying. The reason there's two things is this is a low powered night vision, so that you're basically in complete darkness. There will be no red lights. It's very, very dim and you won't be able to see it. When you put on the high powered, these LEDs come on and they're very dim since they're infrared, and they're pretty intimidating in the dark, but on camera I think they're gonna come up as purple because they're infrared. Yeah, it comes up on purple on camera, but these LEDs are actually red, but it's because it's infrared technology in there. So they look pretty cool. I mean, I think they look pretty pretty real. Nothing about this thing actually looks toyish besides the little designs on the side. Other than those little designs, this thing actually looks pretty badass. So here's the high power and low power switch. This is low power, which activates this LED. Let me turn it on. Yeah. So in real life, this LED is pretty dark, so that's low power. And you flip the switch to high power, which is they look like little suns, and the bigger sun is the high power. So this gives you more power to the LED. You can see further in the dark, and you can see better in darkness. So this is more for range, and if you really want to get close to somebody without them seeing the little light, you switch to low power. So here's high power. So that little tiny black thing in the middle is the camera, and yeah, so whatever you're actually looking at, it'll actually be an inch. Well, your eyes are like right here, and the camera is like a couple inches above your eyes itself, and it's in the middle, so you're like a Cyclops. This little switch underneath the low powered light is the black and white and the green filter. So switching this really quickly, almost instantly, it turns from green, and you switch to the other side, you get black and white. I've noticed that on black and white setting, you get a much better picture in the dark, and everything looks recognizable. But on green, everything's kind of confusing. It's just weird. But black and white works better. Splinter Cell 1, his night vision goggles are black and white, and in all the other series, they're military green. These goggles are made entirely out of plastic. They are decent plastic. I mean, I don't see how this is going to break unless you ran it over with like a car, or you hit it with a hammer, or in this case, you dropped it on the ground. Otherwise, these are fine. I mean, you can shoot this with an airsoft gun and they're not going to explode. Maybe might. No, you can shoot these with an airsoft gun. They're not going to break. The little camera might break, and so will the LEDs, but they are pretty small. This will definitely break if you shot that with a BB. Something I forgot to mention is that this strap is held in place by the screw, which is trying to come out on me. It's kind of annoying. And here's a look at the hinge on the door. This can come off, and if it does, it can go back on, so don't go worrying about it being broken. Just for detail purposes, there's little screws in here, and this little tiny notch is what locks the thing down. It's not very strong, so it takes barely any force to open up the hatch, which is a good thing. Alright, so here's the inside of the goggles. You only have one screen, which is very disappointing. When I figured this out, I was very upset. And it is a very tiny screen. It's kind of weird. Over here's the hatch. you get a pretty small field of view with this, but you can walk around and shit, but it's a very small field of view. Alright, so here's the screen. This little red LED is the low battery warning indicator, and it gets pretty dark in these goggles if you have a full seal, unlike mine. And you should be able to focus very well on this. Your eye does get a little tired after a while, and that's kind of annoying, but you know, they're a toy supposedly. And let me try to show you the picture. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in the dark and do this, but until then, those are the goggles, and I think they're very cool. I've made lots of videos with these on, and there'll probably be a lot of footage of that included in the video. I think they're pretty cool. They're not the best, of course. I mean, it would be really nice if these had 2 screens instead of 1, and they were bigger LCD screens with good eye relief, but for now, these are all I got, and it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use them in Airsoft anyway. They're more just for the Splinter Cell aspect of my YouTube videos. Okay, so I'm in the darkness of my laundry room right now, and it is pretty freaking dark in here.